No pukesters helping me to the left, and no pukesters helping me to the right. Didn't need them then, don't need them now.
You are the ex-champion, Olin.
Now this is the way, Tony and David, that you do the figure four leg lock.
Coming at you live from Cousin Tyrone's basement.
No, Kaiser. I'll be there in a minute. The charcuterie boards are all ready. It's already been a party since last night. Okay, tell Tiffy all we need to do is clean the pool. The party starts in an hour, okay? Actually, 54 minutes. Gunther's going to come back. We're going to have all the drinks. We're going to have a good time. Hey, coming at you live from King Gunther. Champ Gunther's guest room. Yeah, Kaiser, I'll be there. Yeah, 45 minutes. Yeah, all right. What's up, Dre? What it do, Wody?
I'll let you gloat. I'll let you get it all out. Because
we knew this was happening.
There is does it feel like there's a shift happening? Like it feels like for me, it feels like Money in the Bank this whole weekend with AAA Worlds Collide, even down what's going on with NXT, having the girls come up. It just feels like this is a shift in the season that I think a lot of people have been waiting for. But it just feels like this is where are we going to go from here? You know, our truth coming out. Well, let me back up. Where do you want to start, Wonder? Where do you want to start? A lot of things to talk about in pro wrestling.
There's so much. Let's do a timeline. Let's just go to Money in the Bank. Okay. I'll just throw some things at you. Give me your thoughts. If I have any extra thoughts, I'll reply. Naomi winning the women's Money in the Bank. Thoughts?
One, we had me, you, and Manny. We did not. No, none of us even thought of a Naomi winning the Money in the Bank. For me, it was Roxanne Perez, right?
Yeah.
Roxanne Perez was my girl. I thought that was the one. A lot going on there. One phenomenal match. Really good match. I mean, the whole weekend. You're gonna hear me say this over and over that this weekend for wrestling and the WWE was just solid.
Yeah.
I did not see Naomi winning, but I'm not mad at Naomi winning. Naomi on this run right now as this proceed with caution person, it's dope. Naomi, awesome too. But this heel, I'm taking everything. I don't care who gets in my way. Naomi is fun to watch. And I'm only imagining her with that briefcase. Like it seems like everybody's on notice right now. You know what I mean? So I like it. I like Naomi winning. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. Nice little swerve. I'm excited for her to have it. She's been doing this for a long time. And, you know, who gets that title? You know, does she take it away? Like, who's going to have that women's title when she goes to take it away? Or on the flip side, does she take it away from someone in the near future? And then we get her and Jade battling that out, you know, her and Bianca. What does that look like? But I'm all for it. Well, it's all good with me.
You talk about Bianca, right? Bianca had just a weird homecoming. They were in Tennessee. I think that's her hometown, right?
Yeah.
Our home state. But that was it. She just came out, welcomed Tennessee to I think it was SmackDown at the time, to SmackDown, and then we haven't seen Bianca on television since. Are they gearing up for a Bianca run? Is she gonna go after Tiffy? And then does she beat Tiffy? And then does that get Naomi back in the picture to try to take it off of Bianca?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you put Jade in the mix? You know, all three of them have history. I wouldn't mind seeing a women's triple threat, you know?
Yeah.
A few of those go on between the three of them with the history they have. All three of them are great performers. I don't know, lot to dissect.
I think Bianca is dealing with an injury, but I think she'll be back soon.
Yeah, it was just a finger, right? Like her hand's good. She'll be good.
Yeah. Rollins winning the men's. None of us predicted it, did we?
Yeah, I did. What are you talk about?
Did you? I feel like you switched up.
No, I didn't. I said Seth Rollins
is
gonna, because he has his boys, right? I was like, he has his boys.
Okay.
But I also was like, Solo has his boys too.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it came down to, is whose boys, whose muscle was going to get them the win. And it all leads to, and the loyalty is a huge loyalty is a huge word right there, Wonder. And the Samoan Werewolf. No, I seen the funniest clip. I'll send it to you. Where on SmackDown, if you remember, there's a portion of SmackDown where Solo and JC Mateo's in the back, and they're like, he's like, haha, he's stupid. He never seen this. He never seen this coming or whatever like that, right?
Mhm.
And then Jacob Fatu comes out the corner like a 90s sitcom, and they put the 90s sitcom theme music behind. It's all do 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 do.
That's great.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious. But loyalty, right? Like why would the Samoan Werewolf, why would Jacob Fatu be loyal to two guys that aren't loyal to him and that don't believe in him? And he's the only one holding gold right now.
Mm-hmm. I was surprised. I was surprised at the time of the turn. Not that the turn happened, but the decision to do it at Money in the Bank. I thought it was going to come later or earlier. I thought, we would see this at the last PLE or at Mania, but we got it now, which is fine. It just seemed like weird timing.
Well, don't you think? Well, for me, I was like, it's just gonna happen as soon as one of them lay hands on each other, right? Like JC bumping into Jacob, that was the final straw. And Jacob, you could tell he was visibly upset after that match on SmackDown. So I kind of, as soon as I seen Jacob and JC Mateo come out at Money in the Bank, I was like, oh, he's not gonna let Solo get this briefcase. That's not happening. And for him to say, I hate you, Solo. Woo!
Yeah, that was good. When's Tamatonga and Tongaloa come back? Like, where do you think they're gonna land with Solo? I'd assume.
Well, I hope that they don't land anywhere.
Damn,
he's played.
I think Solo with Mateo, it's not very intimidating. Like if that's his muscle and he's
bigger than his muscle.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting to see what happens there. I was fine with Rollins winning it. I just didn't think he needed it. I didn't think it was something that they needed, but now it makes sense. Like him coming out on Raw last night when Punk and Cena were doing their thing, and we'll get to that here in just a bit. But it's just like, okay, now everyone has to watch their backs. Truth back or Ron Killings back. Did he have to cut the hair?
I think it brings that allure, right? It's like Kane ripping off his mask. You know what I mean?
I hated that though.
But that first initial,
maskless Kane is like, no.
But that first initial, he takes off the mask and he stares at the camera and his face is burnt or just dark. It's like that's one of those moments, and his hair is all messed up. That's one of those moments where we see in Truth unhinged. Like Truth is living his truth now. Like you guys have unleashed Ron Killings. It's all because of you. One, go back to Money in the Bank. I didn't expect it, right? First off, my Money in the Bank experience. Can I just vent real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm going to vent real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We go to watch Worlds Collide, right? It's the event before Money in the Bank. Me and my family.
Great event.
Saturday morning, I'm super stoked about it, right? And Xfinity decides it just wants to not work, and they're working on services. So they're like, hey, it might be up around 3:00. So I'm like, damn it. All right, well, let me just use my hotspot on my phone. Not enough gigs. Did not work.
Damn.
So we ended up having to, everybody grabbed a solo phone. Everybody being me and Tavian, because wifey was just doing her own thing.
Yeah.
And so we're watching AAA. We're watching WWE Worlds Collide on our phones. And it is going, he's seconds ahead of me, right? So he's like, oh, they won. I'm like, dog, like you're ruining
the worst.
And so we have that, right? We have the internet issue. So from there, I'm trying to avoid all spoilers because I know I have to work later on the night. I'm not able to watch Money in the Bank live. So I'm staying off of my phone. And I'm checking Xfinity because I'm like, all right, well, I'll watch Money in the Bank on Sunday morning.
Right.
Sunday morning rolls around, no internet. Sunday afternoon rolls around, no internet. So finally I'm like, all right, well, I've had enough of this. I'm going to scroll the internet and I see all of these spoilers. And that entails R-Truth, Ron Killings, costing John Cena the tag match.
Yeah.
And I was surprised to see Ron, right? I was surprised to see R-Truth, friend of the show, R-Truth.
Yeah.
But I was also wondering, much like other people, was it all a work? Was it all a work? Were we all upset? Were we saying we want truth for nothing? And I think that was all cleared up Monday night last night from Ron Killings.
Yeah, it absolutely was not a work, brother. It was a shoot, as they say in the business. Yeah, I think the fans just were like, what the hell? And then they got him back. But now we're getting a different truth, right? So are the fans going to gravitate to him like they did before? Because he was the comedic relief. He was always on time with his jokes or cutting in or just being funny. And now it seems like it's more a scary, take no shit, call out the bullshit truth, which
But
will
that's
be
what
interesting to see.
that's what the people want, though. You look at what's going on. I keep on referring to Karrion Kross, but even I feel like we're at the point now where people want people to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially stand up. I think Punk said it best, right? We have the goody two shoes Boy Scout now going up against the establishment. You got the guy that was the punk that did not like the establishment, standing up for the establishment, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Not even the people.
For the people.
You know what I mean? Like, so it feels like the people, us being the audience, it feels like the majority of us want that. We want the guys to stand up for themselves and push back on things.
Mm-hmm. I am right with you. I just don't know if. I mean, I'm sure our truth has it in him, but I just don't know if the crowd is going to stay engaged with his character and love him like they did. I hope so,
Mm-hmm.
but
I
don't know.
I don't think it can be in the Cena realm, though. I think we need to move away from Cena.
Well, it's going to have to be, right? Unless truth just consistently costs Cena matches. But I don't know if that's going to be the case because unless it's a DQ, like we don't get that belt off of Cena until Cody takes it off, right? I don't think Punk takes it off. I don't know. A lot to think about there. I don't want to go down a wormhole of me just speculating on what happens with Punk and Cena.
What did you think of the tag match, though?
I thought it was solid. I thought it was interesting, the little friction between Paul and Cena. I didn't see that coming. I thought they were just going to heel out and do their thing, but it seemed like, with the tags that weren't needed or asked for, that threw a interesting wrinkle into it. And it was just when that started happening, it was like, oh, okay, like Cody and Jay are going over here. And,
it also, I was just gonna say, it also feels like this might be an out for Cena not to be a heel no more. Where you got a young, annoying dude that John, in his own words, said he's trying to help and show the ropes. It sounds like this might be a setup to get Cena back on everybody's good side.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just don't know how that works out with Punk at the end of the month, and then also the future match with Cody. I don't know how that all works out. I will say there's elements of setting up these feuds that just don't sit right with me. Right? Like, yes. So last night we have John Cena, last night on Raw, we have John Cena come out and say, I've beat everyone that you've cheered for, blah, blah, blah. I beat Truth. I beat Cody at Mania. But they didn't they didn't acknowledge anything about the night before when he lost that tag match. There was just there's nothing. Right? And then it's like, I cheer for someone who will give me a challenge. And then we get Punk's music, which was awesome. But now it's just like we're kind of thrown into it. And I love the thought of Punk, like the role reversal from the summer of Punk, where Punk was kind of the anti-establishment, like you said. Cena was all about the company. And now it's kind of flipped in a sense. But I don't know. It feels very rushed. And I know we're on borrowed time with Cena and we're counting down those days, but it feels like after he wins this at Night of Champions, which is, I think, here going to be like early afternoon of Champions.
Yeah.
With it being in Saudi, we're just going to then roll into something else, which I would assume would be Roman. Seems like Roman is not around. and I think he would be the next one because we have very, very limited amount of time because we're going to get Cena every week, I would think, for the next, 2 to 3 leading up to that because that's the 28th. I always have my calendar over here. If people wonder what I look at when I'm trying to figure out dates, got my calendar over there. Yeah. So then it's like that takes away a few. We got to set up the whatever's next, more than likely Roman. And then we're in the home stretch with Cody, wherever that lands. Right? Where does that land? I don't know.
Maybe they go back to the tag team.
Ugh.
Jay and the greatest tag team that everybody forgets to mention.
Ugh.
It looked good, man. They had the attire looked nice. They were in, and Cody changed the hair up. He went like a white.
It was. Do we need that though? Why do we need that again? For what? Like who? But is it like, and what changes out of it? The main thing is get that title off of Cena so he can't be the last real champion in Ruin Wrestling. Throwing a tag match just, number one, wastes 2 to 3 of his appearances leading up to that tag match and in the tag match itself, which there's nothing on the line unless they say, hey, we win this, Cody gets the shot at the belt. But then does that drive tension between him and Jay? Like, well, then what the hell does Jay get out of it?
Jay gets a title match, probably. I mean, leading up to him, Jay has got the heavyweight title. I haven't held that universal title.
He had it. He went night last night. Pow!
Oh,
sleep.
Yeah, but he hasn't held that universal title. He held the heavyweight title. I don't think he wants no more Gunther. I don't think the people want to see him and Gunther go back at it.
You think Jay's on universal title, undisputed, whatever the hell they're calling it now, title level?
Bro, in this TKO world, who holds the juice? The person that has the most money, right? And it's been known that Jay is the biggest seller right now. Here's
my thought. Usually that universal champ is put on the shows, right? Cena, you go on whatever after WrestleMania. You're the flagship person that goes to all these events leading up to the big PLEs, talking on Good Morning America. I don't think that's going to work with Jay.
I don't know, man. He just cut a great promo off of television talking about the kids and talking straight to families. That is a guy you want on Good Day America or Good Morning America.
Yeah, maybe Good Day when everyone's working.
But think about it, like Cody's the same way. Cody talks about his family, his dog.
But Cody is a great talker. I mean someone who can talk.
Jay USO did when he was off of camera. I mean, he gave a great promo last night.
When he was off of camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
When he was off camera, and I guess you need to be on camera for television. But
he's a great guy behind closed doors.
Trust me, I'm not thinking it's not the universal route, but I think that in this world of TKO, it could be.
That'd be wild. That would be absolutely wild. We have to get Roman back involved somehow. Was that dispute ever settled? I remember there was a report of it, and I never looked deeper, where they were trying to restructure Roman's deal because they thought he wasn't there enough.
I haven't seen no other reports, and I don't even know if the reports that I seen were true.
Yeah, that's the thing. Side note, I'm on Twitter this morning, and there's like this I don't know, what do they call them on Twitter? Shorts? I don't know what they call them on Twitter. The small short videos.
Yeah.
And it's like a news reporter talking, and it looks like she's in a area that was flooded. And she's talking, and she's like, I'm blah 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 here at the flood zone. And she's like, just kidding, I'm not real. And then the shark pops up behind her and swims away. And it said something along the lines of like, everyone 60 plus is not going to know what to trust now. Because it legitimately looked real at the beginning. So I was like, where the hell is there a flood? Or is this just an old video? I was like, oh shit. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. What we were talking about reminded me of that. So
I'll tell you what. If TKO does not pay Roman and Roman walks, Roman has the juice. He already said it. Like, he's not in this thing for much longer.
Mm-hmm.
And Jay said the same thing, which makes me wonder, like, do they know something, that, like something's up? You know what I mean? Jay's title run wasn't that long. It was what, 50 weeks, something like that. Like it wasn't too long.
Yeah.
And
Since Mania. Yep.
for somebody that has a lot of juice and has so much, he's what they say, he's white hot right now.
Yeah.
Like that's it's surprising, but it
I don't
makes
know.
me
I just feel like there's something missing, and it's that element of really being able to cut that promo, whether he's hyped or he's talking. You know, he trips up on his words. His entrance, that's everything, right? That's great. People love it. To me, it's like a solid minute and a half too long of the same shit. My son was doing it last night because we were watching Raw and wrestling at the same time. And so my son was, oh, and I'm like, oh God, okay, I get it. You know, I get it. But even my son was like, how long does this go? Are they going to wrestle?
he'll understand. He'll get it here soon.
Yeah. But
4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
yeah, and again, that. Anyway, what was I going to say here? Yeah, Gunther has it, and I think this opens up the door for Goldberg, unfortunately.
Bro, I just wrote this earlier. I'm okay with Gunther winning. I'm okay with that. But
Last night, you mean?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with him winning the heavyweight title again. What I'm not okay with is if they put the belt on him just for this Goldberg, right? If it's for Goldberg, that I have a problem with that. What I don't have a problem with is if it is for Ilya Dragunov to come back and put his target on Gunther, who they have history with, right? Gunther and Ilya have a deep history.
Mm-hmm.
And if that means that Ilya's like, you know what? I'm coming back, and Gunther, you're the head guy right now. I'm coming for that heavyweight belt. I'm fine with that. There is a mystery men's King of the Ring qualifier.
Yep.
That is supposed to be announced on, I think it's next Monday or Friday.
Monday. It's Monday night.
Yeah, next Monday. Ilya was on Raw. It could be Ilya Dragunov returning. I would be okay. I would be so hyped for that. I'd be like, okay, I see it. I'm with it. Let's do that. But if it's for Goldberg, and if they're adding Goldberg to the King of the Ring picture,
if they add Goldberg to this and it's Bronson Reed, Rusev, Sheamus, oh God, just shoot me. Can we talk about another, like, let's get to King of the Ring, okay? I have one other comment on just Raw itself, but King of the Ring, a couple of things. Asuka just being thrown in there. You said it. They showed us the graphic, and it was kind of like, oh wait, because you said, I think, did I miss an announcement? And I'm like, well, hopefully they just didn't announce it. And you're like, but they put the bracket up, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
and
So
then
anyways,
what is it called? A vignette?
Vignette.
They gave us a
Damn
vignette.
vignette. Jesus, we've done this over a year now, and okay. Yes, a vignette.
They give us a vignette of Asuka giving us hype, but they've already showed us her name on the bracket. That's what bugged me the most. It's like, Asuka, I feel like, is such a good talent that she deserves a pop. Like, she deserves it. Like, let us be surprised that Asuka's
like
back.
Let that be a question mark person too. Like, do the little graphic where we just have the outline of a head and question marks. Why can't you could have it for the men and the women, right? But they didn't. And you know, she's going up against Stephanie McQuay, right? So that's probably an L for Asuka in her return.
Did you say McQuay like your whole girl? Jeez, man, get Nikki. Man, Nikki don't know what's going on, huh?
How wild was that?
But she made me question myself. I was like, have I been saying it wrong the whole time?
Well, I was like, when you texted me that, I was a little behind, but I was like, no, because you know, you hear all of the announcers, and also like, if you speak Spanish, you just know how to say that, right? So I was like, no, what is Nikki doing? Nikki, your last name's Garcia. Like, get this shit right. Anyways, so why can't Asuka be the question mark surprise entrant? A couple of things on this bracket. I'm looking at it now, so I apologize. I'm not looking at the screen. Cody Rhodes is in this tournament. Yeah.
Who's the other three?
In that match, Priest, Andrade, Nakamura.
What?
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's
All
going to be on SmackDown. Randy Orton's back, by the way. He's in this against LA Knight, Aleister Black, and Carmelo Hayes. I feel like WWE's real attention to detail in just the last little bit has just been shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not even, and maybe I missed it. I may have missed it. Like, they're not even talking about Cody in this tournament last night. Again, the Asuka thing, like what? Randy Orton, all of a sudden, he's popped up on here. I don't know. I feel like they could have done this a very special, fun way. Now, the matches themselves, great, right?
Yeah.
Ripley, Kyrie last night, Liv, and Roxanne Perez, fun match.
Solid.
The men's match, like when are we gonna get Sami Zayn, Penta, Breaker, and Dom all in the ring like that? That was fun.
Yeah.
But it's just like rolling it out. It's just little things that they're just either they're being lazy with, they're not paying attention to. Like, I don't know. You could make this so much cooler, like so much of a moment. But all of a sudden it's just like boom, oh yeah, Cody Rhodes is up there. Like, what the fuck? That's Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah. How you gonna have a guy that is top 5 in the company but I mean SmackDown needs eyes though. So I get it. They need eyes. Put Cody in there.
And then this gives you a match for one of the titles or the Gunther's title. Like, what does this give you? Because they didn't make that clear, but it's a title match.
Yeah, I think it's the crown's choice, isn't it?
No, you get the crowd's choice or crown's choice.
Crown. So if you wear the crown, you got the choice of what belt you want to go.
Yeah. Sorry, yes.
So Cody has to be universal, right? He don't care about heavyweight.
Yeah. But does Cody need to win it? No. Is Cody going to win it? Probably not. There's probably going to be some shenanigans that lead up to his next thing.
Well, let's just have fun. Let's just go through it. We got Sami Zayn, right? Sami Zayn's qualified.
Sami's in. So the bottom part of that bracket: Orton, Knight, Black, Hayes.
I gotta say, I would love to see Hayes.
I would like that too, but I think it's we're gonna get a
Orton.
I think it's gonna be Randy Orton.
Okay, let's go to the other side. So we just went SmackDown. Let's go back to Raw.
Okay, Raw. Sheamus, Rusev, Bronson Reed, and the Mystery Man, which could be Karrion Kross. It could be a new wrestler. It could be.
What if it's Oba?
Oh yeah, could be an NXT guy. Mm-hmm. By the way, the Oba Femi Sheamus Celtic workout. Oba Femi is a genetic freak. He made Sheamus look like a bitch. And Sheamus is a ridiculously strong human being. So I'll just say that. But anyways, yeah, could be. But I think until we know exactly who that is, like Rusev isn't going through. I think this continues the feud between Sheamus and Rusev. Bronson Reed? Because Breaker didn't get in on the other side. Does Reed kind of go a step further?
I think whoever this mystery guy is, which, man, in this current land of where we are, I would not be surprised if it's Goldberg.
Ugh, shoot me.
I would not be.
If that's the music we hear and he wins, just shoot me.
All right. I hope it's honestly, like, looking at the big guys. I mean, it's a whole lot of man meat in that match, so it has to be somebody with some man meat.
Throw Oba in there. That'd be cool. I'd love that.
Let's go Oba. I'm gonna say, just for shits and giggles, I'm going with Oba Femi winning.
Okay, I'm gonna say Bronson Reed wins it because they're not gonna slip up again. Is my thought.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not gonna slip again. The top of that bracket: Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Can we please stop doing that, America?
Dirty Dom.
Damian Priest, Andrade, Shinsuke, and Nakamura. It feels like a Priest win to me.
I'm not mad at Priest winning.
Obviously you'd think Cody, but it just seems too easy. So I'm going to go with a Priest win.
Who costs Rhodes that win? Is it Cena?
Maybe.
Or is it Logan Paul?
Oh God, then we get Paul. Could be Paul. Could be Paul.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. You're going with Priest, right?
Yeah.
I'll go Priest as well.
Okay. So that would lead us to Priest and either Bronson Reed or question mark man.
Yeah. And then
And
you said
then,
Orton, right?
Yeah. Other side, Sammy, potentially Orton, potentially LA Knight. Who'd you pick? Hayes, Carmelo?
I picked Hayes.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're
So
going.
Sammy wins that.
You think Sammy moves on to?
Yeah, to the final.
It's in Saudi, right? So he's kind of like their guy.
Carrying cross, tick, 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 tick.
I would love Karrion Kross. Karrion
No,
Kross.
I'm just saying he's in his ear. He's in his ear.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Evil Sammy on the way. OTW, as the kids say.
Mm-hmm.
So then on the other side, we got Priest and
Reed, question mark, man.
Yeah.
Got to be Reed, right?
Yeah.
I think bottom, man, but then that would put Red versus Red.
You're right.
I don't know if they'll do Red versus Red.
Okay, yeah, I think Sammy and then Priest. Sammy versus Priest.
Okay.
We go into it all happy. Two baby faces, Karrion Kross, release the beast of Sami Zayn. Doesn't seem right, does it? I feel like we picked wrong somewhere.
I think it's the question mark, man. Honestly, I think this Friday is kind of a toss-up. Is it going to be Orton? LA Knight's right there. LA Knight's still white hot as well.
Yeah.
LA Knight popped out on was it the Bloodline? Was that who you attacked?
That's what makes me think he's not winning this. They're going to get him back.
That's
the only reason, because he is. I mean, LA Knight's really grown on me. I used to be a hater of LA Knight, and I think he's done better without the title. He was doing the pre-show, and there was like, some Make-A-Wish kids or something, and he came out to like greet him, and he had a belt, heavyweight championship belt, and gave it to one of the kids, and he goes, tell you what, he's like, who's your favorite wrestler? He's like, you don't have to say me just because I'm standing here, but everyone was expecting the kid to say LA Knight.
Yeah.
And who did he pick?
Cody or Roman?
Damn, I'm gonna forget. No, I'm gonna forget now. It was a baby face. But he said that guy's name, and LA Knight was like, oh, okay, well, fair enough. And he's like, I'll get the nameplates for you. He's like, it was gonna be LA Knight nameplates on here, but we'll go ahead and do that. But anyways, I'd love to see something like that with Knight. I just don't want him to keep feuding with the Bloodline. Seems like that's kind of getting tired, but I think that's what we're doing. So yeah, I don't know, that final kind of feels weird, but it is what it is.
You think ultimately Sami Zayn goes around with the crown?
Yeah. Why not? I mean, who is more deserving? Unless we put it on Reed, the crown would look. It'd look crazy on Reed. It'd be like Biggie in that picture. I guarantee if he gets the crown, he recreates that.
Absolutely, but I don't think that looks right. Him wearing a crown behind Seth Rollins.
It's true.
That just doesn't look right to me.
Yeah. King Cody.
No, that don't look right either.
Yeah. King Priest. King El Rey. Yeah, King. That's right. El Rey. Demon Priest. No.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, Sammy, it makes sense.
Man, give it the cross, man. Give
King Cross. That's pretty cool. That sounds cool.
King Cross. But is TKO at the point where it's like we can't let the people determine what happens in our business no more?
I don't think so.
What if Karrion Kross just gets strays now? He doesn't get no opportunities because the people really want him to get the opportunities.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder if this is all a work too.
Ain't that the fun part of this whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh
really
no,
trying to figure it out.
It's like magic, right? We all thought Chris Angel was really levitating over buildings.
Women, so Perez is already advanced. Cargill, Michin, Niven, Jax. That's Cargill.
Yeah,
there's no question.
Man, I want
the other side, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green, Candice LeRae.
You want to say Flair, but I think Bliss.
Yeah, I kind of think Bliss too. Leaning towards Chelsea a little bit.
She just lost the title. She got a broken face.
Yeah, you're right, Bliss. Bliss will get it. Oscar. Who
It's
else
the
is
one
this?
right here.
Oscar, Stephanie Vaquer. Who's the other one? I have a little like thing over it. I can't see.
Rodriguez and Nile.
Oh yeah, Stephanie Vaquer's winning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and she's gonna win the next one.
Yes, sir.
So Vaquer against either Cargill or Roxanne Perez.
I think Perez gets over on Cargill with the help of probably with the help of Liv. As much as we see kind of tension between her and maybe I don't know. Maybe Liv goes out there to try to get over on Perez, but maybe Nikki Bella gets back at Liv and costs. Maybe Bella helps Perez. I don't know. I think Perez beats Jade Cargill though.
Yeah, in some form or some chicantry, because you can't have Jade just lose. I don't know, man. Jade against Stephanie Vaquer in Saudi, like the way that would visually, would be insane. I think that's what I'm going with.
Ooh, okay.
And I think we're going to find a way to get Jade so Money in the Bank, Naomi, Jade the Queen. It's tough.
But that kind of cancels each other out, right? Like they're not going after each other.
Yeah. Oh, they're definitely going after each other. What do you mean?
And with the crown in the briefcase? Like,
yeah, but no, I mean that's just, I don't know.
I feel like if you have the crown, you're gonna be targeting somebody else, and if you have the briefcase, I feel like now let Naomi let her cash in, and then it's like Jade has her target set.
Yeah. So you think Stephanie wins this all?
I think so.
Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh, I don't know. I think Vaquer. I think Perez. Might win the whole thing. Why? Because who was Queen of the Ring last year? Wasn't it Liv? Didn't Liv hold the title, or was that Nia Jax? Or I'm thinking
Nia Jax.
And it was Nia and Gunther, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm going with Stephanie Vaquer. I think Vaquer is our queen.
Vaquer.
Oh my gosh! All right.
Don't disrespect the Queen, Nikki Bella.
That's why she got plummeted. That's why she got, man, her face was in the ring.
Yeah, that looked rough.
Yeah,
I'm kind of with you, Stephanie Vaquer. It feels, but we'll do a preview when we get closer, end of the month. Let's talk again. Party's going to start in about 15 minutes, so I got to make sure we button this bad boy up. Let's talk Punk Cena. You weren't around for Summer of Punk. I would suggest you go back and watch because that was fun. You got like 5 to 6 episodes of Raw that you would probably not have to watch the whole thing, just those segments.
Yeah.
And then, the pay-per-views, which they were, actually, nope. Was that when the WWE network started? I think the network started post-Punk. Post-Summer of Punk.
I got the cock now, so I'll check out.
Yeah.
If it's on.
Relax. It's on there. Don't calm down. But how do you feel about this? Like you not knowing, the history kind of, but you don't know the history. You wasn't outside back then. As a kid.
I wasn't outside. I was inside eating oodles or noodles during that time. But I love this. I was telling the wifey, I was telling Tavian too. I think I am all in on Punk. After the last few promos he's given us, you haven't heard no dirt in the background. He's helping out the guys at the Institute, the up and comers. Like Punk, it feels like everything that you have said about Punk and about Seth Rollins.
Do that to me, okay?
everything that you said was a lie. How to Flex say it? Y'all didn't worship him. Yeah, I think I'm all in on Punk. I loved what he said about the Punk kid, the guy that was anti-establishment, doing it for the people. I'm doing it for them up there. And I feel like Punk is he's giving himself alley-oops to slam dunk in the greatest way. Like we haven't had a bad Punk match since his return. He's been going head to head with some of the top athletes and he's keeping up. I can't say the same thing about Cena. I can't say that. I mean, I can about his promos. I mean, Cena's given us, slam dunk on promos, but I feel like his initial match was with Cody, not the greatest. He I just feel like Cena or Punk right now is on top level, and for him to do it right now is really 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 dope to see. I think that him keeping this feud with Cena, and I feel like if he can get the title off of Cena, which he probably won't, I think it's too soon to get the title off of Cena.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at if this leads up to being a SummerSlam type thing.
So I like to think I know. I'm not an expert by any means, but I pay attention to wrestling. I pay attention to basketball, NBA, college, right? And I try to make predictions through my podcasts I've done, just with friends, whatever it may be, right? This Punk being a good person in the locker room, being solid in his matches in WWE. There was a time, and you don't know what this, and this might go over a lot of people's heads. 2000, hold on, let me look up the exact year. 2012. There was a guy who played for the University of Kansas named Thomas Robinson. Power forward, tough, athletic as shit. And I was thinking, damn, he's going to be a problem in the NBA. He gets picked 5th. Okay. Sadly, he was not a problem in the NBA. That might be one of my biggest just bad calls, right? Bad predictions. Punk is right there. Because I thought for sure Punk was going to be out of this bitch via injury or via just being an a-hole and getting dumped, right?
I think you said I give him 12 months. I think that was a quote.
Yeah. Where are we at? 2 years almost.
Oh yeah, way over.
It was Survivor Series.
Yep.
2023 when he showed up. So yeah, we're about a year and a half.
Can we get a public apology?
A public?
A public apology.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was wrong. And, the greats, no one bats 1,000. 96 Bulls lost 10 games. These kind of things happen to the greats. I was wrong. And that's all. I apologize to Punk. I'm not believing him. I do not apologize to Thomas Robinson for believing in him.
The way that you talk about Thomas Robinson is the way I feel about Greg Oden. As a Trailblazer fan.
Yeah, but the Greg Oden thing, no, that's injuries. Greg Oden would have been a very solid player, but the injuries, definitely. We were at a different time when Greg Oden was coming into the NBA. Like technology, as far as like knowing what players needed, especially that size of a human being, just wasn't there. So I think he was kind of set up for failure. Or on the flip side, he made a good amount of money in his life and set up for success, depending on how you look at it.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, Kaiser. 5 minutes. The charcuteries are ready. I can't even say it. I'm so excited. He's 10 minutes out. Okay, sorry. We got King Gunther's on the way.
All right. You want to wrestle other week? Oh, real quick. Becky Lynch and Bailey. Bailey come back and attack.
Yeah, Bailey looking solid.
Yes. She definitely took her time serious away from the squared circle, and she got right. Bailey looks amazing. I'm thinking this is a heel turn. I'm thinking we're gonna get conniving evil Bailey again, and this gives Becky Lynch a chance to go back face because she needs to, because her as a heel is just not working out.
It's not good at all. I don't know if that's the plan though. I mean, Bailey got beat up. Bailey's coming back for revenge. Is all it is. She's not going to be a heel. Like
That's
she
true.
got beat up. Got her WrestleMania moment taken away.
I see what you said. WrestleMania. Okay.
WrestleMania. That's a whole different search. Incognito mode. Anyways. So yeah, I don't think we're getting a turn just yet. It does, however, make me wonder what we're doing with Lyra now.
Well, Lyra didn't look like she appreciated him
Exactly.
coming out.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking
that's
triple threat.
yeah, I'm with it. Hell yeah. Let's do it. Night of Champions. Why can't we just call it King of the Ring? Fuck, I love King of the Ring. Anyways,
Inclusivity.
and what you're right. King and Queen of the Ring is just too long of a name. Night of Champions. Okay, it is what it is. Yeah, wrestler of the week. Who you got?
Oh, I get to go first?
Yeah.
None other than my my wrestler of the week is none other than Chad Gable. Whether if you want to call him Americano or Chad Gable, regardless.
There's no proof. It has not been confirmed. These are two different people right now, but go ahead.
I love that Gable was like, yeah, I had to let Americano use my boots.
Boots. Yeah.
He's so good. But yeah, man, Chad Gable, he shows up every time he shows up. He got his tail whooped against Penta, dropped on a nasty fall on his head. He comes back, wrestles twice in one night, then comes back and wrestles again on Monday night. Unfortunately, didn't get no wins. Gave a really solid, in my opinion, one of the best matches I've ever seen with him and Vikingo. A really fun, solid match, tough bumps, but he's durable, comes back. Yeah, for that, he's just a solid worker that is willing to play the role, and he's solid on the mic, and he showed up for his friends, American Made, and for that, Chad Gable, man, he is my wrestler of the week.
Gable is so impressive in so many ways. Like, he legitimately is Kurt Angle, like the reincarnated Kurt Angle. And I know, there was the time where they were thinking to run Gable as his son, and they went the other way with Gable's tag team partner, who I can't remember his name now. He's an agent in the back because he got like a career-ending injury. But anyways, good call. Again, we can't confirm that he is El Grande Americano. Okay, so you're 2 matches in one day. Maybe not. There's no question who my wrestler of the week is. I got a shirt on. We're going to the pool party after this. Tiffy's out there making margs. A couple margs out there getting ready. Gunther, he's a white Russian drinker, which is gross around the pool, but whatever. So King Gunther getting that title back where it rightfully needs to be, around his waist, on his shoulder. Making Jay go to sleep in a very dominant fashion.
Man, you can't even be mad at that. I think, and to be honest with you, honorable mentions, we could have said Stephanie Vacure.
Stephanie, great weekend. Yeah.
Great week. Roxanne Perez, great weekend. Penta, great weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Mexican Destroyer. I think it was it to Andrade on the ladder. Crazy. Mommy, that's another thing too. Like, Mommy performed at Money in the Bank and on Raw too. Like,
yeah,
like solid matches.
It's a tough week. It was a tough week to pick one, right?
It was, and that's on the notes.
Yeah,
tough week.
Tough. ... Tough week. One conspiracy theory, real quick, before we get our goodbyes in.
Okay.
John Cena wrestled Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, at the COVID Mania. Okay. At the end of said match, Cena disappeared. We didn't see him again. We saw him when he came back this last time to start wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Start this goodbye tour. There is a conspiracy theory that he was locked up after he lost to the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. The real John Cena is locked up in, what is it called? Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah.
And this John Cena is not the real one. I know they're not doing that, but it was really fun. And the only way to free him from the Firefly Funhouse is for the Wyatt Six to do that. It'd be cool if this was like a cartoon. It'd be a good swerve, but
yeah,
it's really impossible to do that with real life people. Just want to throw that out there. That loss to Bray Wyatt turned him evil and wanted to make him ruin wrestling forever.
I'm not mad at that theory. That's pretty cool.
And there's a door on the back of his shirts.
Oh,
what's the door for? What's the door for? That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
After this, you won't see me anymore. And there's a door. Why is there a door? What's the door for?
Yep.
What's the door for, Dre?
I have
knock,
no idea.
knocking. What knock? I'm knocking. Let me in.
Hmm.
Let me in.
If you want to follow me, you can follow me at Drerawka, DRERAWKA. I just had a really good pod with my friend, your friend, our friend, Bangerang and his partner RV. They created a producer group, and they got a project dropping this Friday, the 13th. So definitely go check that out. Yeah, but most importantly, follow us at Figure the number 4 pod on Instagram and YouTube.
That's it, baby. That's it, baby. We got some fun wrestling ahead. So many questions, so little answers.
Yo, moonsault from Logan Paul to the announcement table, insane. Sorry.
No, he's a worker. He's just not what they want. The wrestlers, that is.
We don't want him either. The people don't want Logan Paul.
You're right. Yeah, I'm not. It's just whatever. I love that he puts everything into it, though.
The people want Mr. Marijuana.
Dude's worth millions, and he's like, fuck, let me just hop off this. You know, it's like Bad Bunny, which again still is in rotation at this house every day. Nueva Yo. We translated all of Nueva Yo. We were going to translate Chambea. Not a good song to translate for children.
Did your son go to the Puerto Rican Day Parade over the weekend?
No, but he wants to cut his hair like Bad Bunny in WWE. So, you know, curly. My son's got curly hair anyways. Not like Bad Bunny's curls, but right now he's got the sides kind of shaved up a little. He wants to do the whole around thing and just and I'm like, we'll see. We'll see. We'll let him experiment with the hair over the summer.
All right, let's get out of here.
Gang. King Gunther, champ. I'm on my way, Kaiser. Yes. No, we're ending now. All right, brother. All right. Yeah. Ooh.